are the only species that has grown so sophisticated that we've thrown ourselves headlong into this game of trying to figure out our own programming language. What we found is the human brain, which is about 3 pounds, and as Rama alluded to, it's the most complicated device we've ever found in the universe. And the most amazing thing to me, being a neurobiologist, about this whole thing is that essentially all of the massive operations of this incredibly vast machinery runs underneath the hood of conscious awareness. And it turns out that the conscious part of you, which is the part that flickers to life when you wake up in the morning, that is the smallest bit of what's happening in the brain. As Carl Jung said, in each of us, there is another who we do not know. And as Pink Floyd put it, there's someone in my head, but it's not me. So there's this gap between what your brain is doing and what your mind actually has access to. Because the job of the mind, the conscious part, is to be like the newspaper headline. So the right way to think about the brain is not like a monarchy, but more like a parliament with different political parties in it. And just like the parties in our Congress, they all love their country, but they just have very different ways of thinking about going about things, right? It's all you, but the thing is that you're made up of lots of different parts of yourself. You are dependent on the integrity of your biological tissue. When it changes, you change. And so this leads to this very deep question about who are we exactly? So nowadays, when we're talking about morality and when we're talking about decision making, what we're really talking about is the neural basis of this. And this leads us to some very deep questions, like the question of free will. Does the physical and the mental, are they equal to each other, or are they somehow separate? It all comes down to this question of how do we think about blameworthiness? The problem is the way we run our legal system is not consonant with what we know in modern neuroscience. The way we run our system is we treat incarceration as a one-size-fits-all solution. As we sail into this inner cosmos, what we're finding is that this thing is alien to us, and it's more wondrous and vast and subtle than we could have ever imagined.